breaking news from KXAN News.
The impeachment of one of the state's most powerful Republicans is now imminent. Attorney General Ken Paxton has faced misconduct allegations for years, and now the House General Investigating Committee says it has enough cause to impeach him.
The decision comes one day after attorneys specializing in public corruption laid out evidence against Paxton, including accepting improper gifts from a wealthy donor, 2 felony counts of securities fraud, dereliction of duty, and retaliating against staff who raised ethical concerns. Our Capitol correspondent Monica Madden is live at the Capitol tonight with those developments. A lot to unpack here, Monica.
Absolutely, Britt, and I want to point out just how rare impeachment is for the state of Texas. There have only been 2 officials impeached in this state's history, Governor James Ferguson in 1917 and then a state district judge in 1976. But an attorney general on record has never been impeached, so either way, this is historic.
The chair moves that the committee adopt the articles of impeachment against Warren Kenneth Paxton, Attorney General of the state of Texas.
A historic move at the Capitol Thursday.
The motion prevails.
With days left in the session, the powerful House General Investigating Committee moving to start the process of ousting Ken Paxton from office. It followed confrontation from the chief litigator for Paxton's office.
The process here has been completely lacking.
Chris Hilton claims the committee's investigation is illegal, saying members never invited the Attorney General's office for testimony. Members did not confirm or deny that.
I don't know the answer to that.
The voters have rejected these smears, they've rejected these attacks, and this committee is trying to undermine the will of the voters by investigating him without even so much as reaching out to us to participate in the process.
It's a clear abuse of his office, and to be honest with you, I've practiced law for coming up on 20 years, and I ran out of fingers and toes to count the felonies.
Even before the announcement, Democratic Representative Terry Canales says the evidence is there, and he believes the House will have enough Republican votes to impeach.
And he's under not just a cloud, but an actual thunderstorm of attacks that all hold water. I would say you're going to see a vote closer to 100 members than you would believe.
And a lot of questions we've been hearing here around the Capitol today is why now, since these allegations against Paxton have been bubbling for years. And this really all came to a head when the Attorney General asked the legislature to foot the bill for his $3.3 million whistleblower lawsuit settlement. And of course, after that is when the House General Investigating Committee started looking into Paxton's matters. And that's how we got to where we are here today.
And Monica, we know the Senate will act as the jury to decide whether to convict Paxton and remove him from office. Paxton's wife, Angela, is a senator, so how could that play out?
Well, I looked up the Texas government code, and there isn't anything that specifies a conflict of interest requiring recusing yourself from voting on impeachment. Senator Angela Paxton, we reached out to her office, and she and her office are not offering any commentary on this right now. Daniel, Britt.
We hopefully will get some answers soon. Monica, thank you for the very latest there at the Capitol. And to add some context to all this, Ken Paxton remains under indictment for securities fraud charges. That indictment came down back in 2015. The case is out of Collin County in the Dallas area. It has been delayed and moved to Houston, then back to Dallas. Now, he has entered a not guilty plea and faces 5 to 99 years in prison if convicted. The indictments accuse Paxton of defrauding investors in a Dallas area tech startup by not disclosing he was being paid by the company to recruit them.
And much of what the attorneys presented to the investigating committee has to do with Paxton's relationship with Austin real estate developer Nate Paul. The attorneys claim evidence shows Paxton gave Paul special favors in return for high-dollar campaign contributions and undisclosed gifts. Now, at one point, the FBI opened an investigation after 4 of Paxton's top aides accused him of wrongdoing. As Monica mentioned, those aides later sued for wrongful firing and retaliation after they came forward as whistleblowers, and then Paxton's office agreed to settle with them for $3.3 million. He has since requested the legislature approve state money for that settlement.
Okay, we know this is a lot, and you might be thinking, what are the next steps? So we wanted to share what the Texas Constitution says on this matter. With the articles of impeachment recommended to the full House, only 2/3 on all 150 members need to be present for a quorum. And to actually vote to impeach, a simple majority will do. Sine die doesn't matter. The House can do this after session ends and convene itself for impeachment purposes. The rules differ somewhat when it gets to the Senate for a trial. It is important to point out, if and when the House impeaches a Texas government official, they are required to leave office during the trial. The governor will appoint a fill-in. The Senate would still have to try the impeachment, and a conviction would bar them from holding office again.